Hello and welcome to Chuck Griffith Field here in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, home of the Colorado Rough Riders. And you bring you in here just a little bit into the first inning of play. 3 batters already in the inning for Boulder. But we are up with the broadcast and hope to bring you the rest of the game here from Wheat Ridge. Turner Davis at the plate, JJ Reeves at second, 2 away here in the top of the first. Get you all caught up with just exactly how that happened after this pitch. Sanjay Salman, the pitcher, misses inside for ball 1. So Reeves got a base hit on a 1-1 pitch that he just lined to left, then reached second on a pass ball. Hunter Hudson flew out to center field, and then Connor Kostecka, who newly joined the Collegians today, struck out. And now here's Turner Davis trying to drive in the run with 2 away. He'll watch one outside there. Davis today getting the start at catcher. Hunter Hudson, the usual starter over at first base, getting a day off from catching before the Collegians head to Farmington, New Mexico, where I'm sure he'll get plenty of catching opportunities with the 3 games down there. Not a league game here today, so you'll see some switching in the field, I'm sure. This one lined to left. That's a base knock. Reeves going to be waved around third. The throw comes in. It's cut off, and the Collegians take a 1-0 lead. Turner Davis coming through with the 2-out knock. Another RBI for Turner Davis. And once again, he finally gets to pull a ball. He's always telling us he just wants him to throw inside so he can pull it, even though he's a pretty good opposite field hitter. Here's Nick Hall now, third baseman. Got his first hit as a Collegian on Sunday. It was a double. Drove in a run. Reached base a couple of other times on the walk. We're going to keep this inning going right here. Oh, we'll watch one high for ball 1.
Outs, inning. 2 outs.
Sanjay Salman out of Point Loma. Misses the Hall there. Runner takes off. It was a late start there from Kix Farrell, and he's thrown out. The courtesy runner couldn't steal the base. Kind of got a late jump, and he is out. And so Nick Hall will get to take another turn at bat when we come back. But not when we come back, but in the top of the second inning. The Collegians, though, take a 1-0 lead here in the first. We'll be right back with the Rough Riders up to bat here on the Collegians Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Wheat Ridge, Colorado. Colorado Rough Riders and Boulder Collegians here on this Tuesday afternoon. Ethan Jordan alongside you for this matchup. Jackson Hewlett will take the mound for Boulder here in the bottom of the first inning. Face off against David Ducote, who takes a strike. David, a newly signed member of the Auburn Tigers, just coming out of high school. Takes a strike, and so 0-2. Signed with the Tigers back in December. Getting some work in here just out of high school. 0-2 pitch, missed high. Hewlett pitched last against the Browns on opening night. Worked a scoreless inning. Now getting the start here tonight. He came out of the pen in that game in the 4th inning. Been blocked behind the plate by Davis despite no one being on base, and it's 2-2. For Hewlett, just coming out of the pen, of course, in that Browns game where the coaches just wanted to see a lot of different guys the first game of the season. It wasn't a league game, so they didn't feel too worried about kind of switching things around. 2-2, strike 3 called. Jackson Hewlett sets down David Ducote. That's out number 1. Just watched a breaking ball that froze him on the outer part of the plate, and he's gone on strikes. Here's the left fielder, Josh Smith, left-handed hitter. Hewlett's first pitch outside on a breaking ball. Hewlett out of St. Mary's in California. This one fouled away. St. Mary's this year lost in the finals of the WCC to Loyola Marymount. Fine season, though, for the Gales. Chopper towards second. Charging is Cowart. Flip over to first is in time for out number 2. Nice charging play there from Logan Cowart. Cowart getting the start again here in this game. He started game 1 on Sunday, but did not play in game 2. And that game he started was in left field. So finally back at second base for the first time since opening night. Nick Schiffner, the batter now. Watches one outside. Another breaking ball from Hewlett. He's been leaning on that slider a lot here. Good fastball on the outside part of the plate that Schiffner just had to throw the hands at. Was able to get a piece of it. And it's 1-1. Hewlett at 6'1", 180 on the mound. Was a redshirt freshman this year for St. Mary's. And misses high right there. 2-1 from Jackson, lined into right field, and therefore it is the right fielder Kelby Richardson, and that will end the inning. So nice inning on the mound from Jackson Hewlett. He gets him in order. We'll head to the second. Collegians up to bat when we come back. Nick Hall will lead off the second inning for the Collegians. They're up 1-0 here over the Colorado Rough Riders here in the Rough Riders home park. Also the home park of Wheat Ridge Baseball, the Farmers. Hall was at bat when Turner Davis, or rather his courtesy runner, Kix Farrell, was thrown out trying to swipe second. Takes a strike. It'll be Hall, Arrivo, and Richardson in the inning for the Collegians. Once again against Sanjay Salman on the mound. Salman, a breaking ball that clips the bottom of the zone for strike 2. Salman, a local guy out of Jamestown, Colorado. Hall's called out on strikes. Checked his swing. Home plate umpire says it's strike 3 anyway. And there is the first out for Sanjay Salman as he gets the punch out of Nick Hall. So it'll be Nick Arrivo now trying to get something started with one away. For Salman, coming out of high school, he was ranked the 20th ranked right-handed pitcher in the state of Colorado. Went to Boulder High School, so no stranger to the Collegians. Missed there to Arrivo, 1-0. Grounded up the middle and into center field for a base knock. So Nick Hall, his second hit as a Collegian Arrivo, certainly not his second hit. He's been swinging it well for Boulder. Has another knock. So Arrivo aboard here with one away. Now Kelby Richardson will see what he can do. Richardson has been struggling getting the ball in the air of late. A lot of ground balls for Kelby, something he's going to want to avoid right here with the runner at first. Just trying to square up and drive the ball. He's a talented hitter, just hasn't put it together yet for the Collegians. Pitch misses high and inside to him. Made that nice defensive play on Sunday in the second game against Game Day, catching a fly ball on the warning track and then gunning a man down at second base. Back in right field today and hitting in the 7-hole. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Lined into left field. That's a base knock. The first knock for Kelby Richardson of the season. And up to second base goes Nick Arrivo. So that's got to feel good for Kelby Richardson. It was a solid line drive into left field, and he's finally got himself a knock. Now stepping to the plate is Chris Jimenez, one of the new guys to join the team. 2 new guys joining the team today for Boulder. Jimenez, one of them, out of Long Beach State. just finished up his sophomore year at Long Beach. He's primarily a catcher in the DH role here in this game. I would not be surprised if we saw him switched into the catcher role later on in the ball game, though. First delivery to him is a breaking ball that's in for strike one. Runners at first and second. Pair of singles after the first out from Arrivo and Richardson. Arrivo runs well at second. Richardson runs a little bit above average at first. 0-1 to Chris Jimenez. First at bat as a Collegian. I went in the dirt, blocked by Downing. Throw to third is high and out of the glove of the third baseman, and Arrivo has third base swiped. Richardson didn't move up on the play, so there's runners at the corners. Pitch was in the dirt, and Downing did a good job of blocking it behind the plate. But Arrivo saw it hit the dirt, immediately took off, and Downing's throw, had it been right on the money, may have had him, but with where it was, an easy swipe for Nick Arrivo. So big chance for Jimenez here. 1-1 count, runner at third, one at first as well for him. He'll drive one to left center field, that one towards the gap, that'll fall for a base knock. Walking home is Arrivo from third. Richardson will dig for third base. He's in there, going first to third on the play, and it's a single in his first at-bat and an RBI for Chris Jimenez. So Jimenez endearing himself to Collegians fans quickly here with that RBI single, and a good way to start the season. Logan Cowart in the 9-hole today will be the batter. As we mentioned earlier, finally getting back to his old place at second base. He played left field in Game 1 on Sunday. First delivery to Cowart, called a strike. So 0-1 to Logan Cowart. Was 0 for 3 in that game Sunday. Looking to put something together here. Runner takes off. Pitcher was high, pulled the bunt back with catcher Downing just hanging on to it. And Jimenez has second. And you saw the wheels there. He runs pretty well for a catcher. He's not as big as some catchers. He stands at 5'7" and has a decent weight, 175, but you can see the athleticism in his build. Sometimes you see those catchers who just seem to be all legs and nothing else. Not the case for him. He's definitely an athletic build, allowing him to swipe that bag there. Likely would have been close had Downing thrown down, but just hanging on to it with Richardson at third. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Cowart. 1-1 on him. Salmon's delivery, big swing and a miss from Cowart. He was way ahead of a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Cowart out of Henderson State in Arkansas. And swings and misses, and he's gone on strikes. Good pitch that time from Sanjay Salmon as he found one in the bottom of the zone, a fastball that Cowart couldn't catch up to. And now it'll be up to JJ Reeves to drive in those runs. JJ a single his first time around. He came around to score on the knock from Turner Davis. First pitch right there on the block for strike one. Good fastball from Salmon. Reeves drove the pitch in the first inning the other way. Hit it out to left center field. Solid line drive. Looking to get another one he can drive right here. No balls and 1 strike. Salmon trying to work out of danger. Pitch was up and outside. Downing thought about a throw, but hung on. That's the pitch you want to throw on as a catcher. That's when you're looking to get the back pick, that's the pitch you want to throw. Outside and high like that. Down to third base to a lefty. A little bit harder to do with the right-hander. 1-1 to JJ Reeves. Breaking ball, just a little too high. That's not the location Salmon was looking for with that pitch. He's probably fortunate it missed high. Had it been in the zone, it may have been crushed. 2-1 to JJ Reeves. Trying to drive in runners at second and third with 2 away here in the second. 3-1 now. Even better hitters count for the Boulder center fielder. Reeves back in center field here today. He played center and right yet on Sunday. Primarily the center fielder here. He'll ask for time, readjust the batting gloves here. Big at bat here for JJ Reeves. Second and third. And 2 away. 2-0 Boulder. 3-1 just missed, and Reeves is down to first base with a walk. It's JJ's second time on base today in 2 consecutive innings. Now it'll be Hudson with the chance to drive in the runs, and the bases full of Collegians. Hunter was jammed a little bit and flew out to center field his first time around. Nice running play made out there by the center fielder Jordan McClellan coming in on the ball. Showed off terrific speed in center field. Hudson in from the left side, switch hitting catcher against the right-handed Salmon. First offering, outside fastball, call it a strike. Dimensions here today, 375 to dead center, 325 in the corners. But the bad news for the hitters, and the wind is blowing in. Blowing in from right field, so doing Hudson no favors. 0-1 on Hunter. Watches one too far outside for ball 1. Richardson at third, Jimenez at second, Reeves at first. Good speed all around for Boulder. 1-1. Just on the block. Another nice pitch from Salmon. He seems to be content to work outside to lefties, and it's worked pretty well for him so far. The pitch he threw to Reeves was pretty center cut, the one that he got the hit off of. Since then, every lefty he's faced, he's been pretty much right on the block. We'll see what he elects to go with here. He's been outside on all 3 pitches. I wonder if he'll try and bust Hunter in. Downing sets up inside. Here it comes, and it's high. Two and 2 on Hunter Hudson. Bases loaded, 2 away in the second. And time asked for at the plate. Hunter will readjust the helmet, look down the right field line, recollect himself before a huge pitch coming up here. Salmon sets the 2-2. Line. Fair ball down the left field line, past the glove of the third baseman. In to score is Richardson. Jimenez running hard will score standing up as well. And it's a 2-run single for Hunter Hudson. Hudson lined it hard. Just had to make sure it got past the glove of Hartojo, the third baseman. It did. And Hunter is aboard. Jimenez, as we mentioned, ran well. So he was in to score easily. JJ Reeves to second base, and as the ball was hit to left. Now Connor Kostecka, another chance at it. Kostecka, a strikeout victim his first time. Chance to drive in a run here. Big swing and a miss at a pitch outside of the zone. Not a bad pitch from Salmon, as that one just fell right out. And if you're asking, well, hey, Connor Kostecka just joined the team today, why is he batting third? Well, there's a pretty good reason for that. He was an All-Pac West second-team member this year. Went 15 for 22 to end the season at Boulder College out there in California. Chops this one foul. He started 45 of the 48 games for the Eagles at shortstop. He even had 2 walk-off hits this year. So quite an offensive season, or season in general for him. The Pac West is a sneaky good conference out there, so making second team is no shakes. 0-2 count on him right now, though. Trying to buckle down and drive in this run. That went up around his eyes. He lets it go easily. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stands at 6 foot, 175 guy. Plays mostly shortstop, but can play all around the infield, especially second base. One, 2. Foul away, and that's probably no news to you. Most shortstops can slide over and play second base, need be. But it does take some time getting comfortable over there. It's closer to first, but it's a little bit different than playing shortstop, and guys take some time adjusting. But he's played second before and can do it for the Collegians, need be. Pretty smooth defender from what we've seen in warm-ups over there at shortstop, though. 1-2. He got way under this as the shoulder collapses. It's up into left field, and an easy play made out there in the wind by Josh Smith. Blustered around on him a little bit, but he was able to settle under the high pop-up. So the Collegians done in the inning, but they strike for 3, and they lead it 4-0. We'll move on to the bottom of the second here when we come back. Rough Riders and Collegians here from Chuck Griffith Jr. Field here in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. Collegians lead it 4-0. Big top of the second for them. And the strike fired in there from Jackson Hewlett to Nico Hartojo. Already 1 out in the inning. Nick Levenstein's grounded out to the first baseman, Hudson. He just tagged him for the out. And 3-1 now to Hartojo. That one missing. It was a clean first inning for Hewlett. He got him in order. A strikeout, ground ball, and a line drive. Already 1 away here in the second. One fouled off the mask and knocking the mask off of Turner Davis. Take a moment to collect himself. And the umpire going to give him a little more time as he walks the ball out to the mound to Hewlett. That always stings coming off the mask. That can really not feel good. And so umpires and catchers have that relationship. You know, whoever gets hit, the other guy's going to take a little bit longer to get ready for the next pitch. But we're ready to go now. Full count to Nico Hartojo. Nico, a native of Colorado from Arvada. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the high fastball. And Jackson Hewlett is rolling now. 5 straight retired to start the ball game. Jordan McClellan will be his adversary now. McClellan starting in center today and hitting here in the 6th hole. Hewlett working quickly. First pitch. Breaking ball. Nearly found the inside, but not quite. And it's 1-0. Tried to front door that on him. Was unable to. 1-0. Towards right center. This one's going to get down for extra bases. Running hard into second and staying there with a stand-up double is McClellan. And so a chance to make something happen here with 2 away for the Rough Riders. It'll be Evan Crenshaw to try and drive in the run. Evan, a native of Lakeland, Tennessee. Watches it outside for ball 1. Talk about it. It'll be interesting to see Hewlett the first time out of the stretch, especially when a guy gets off to a hot start out of the windup. Sometimes it can be a little weird going into the stretch. Other times not. This one's a strike. Big swing and a miss from Crenshaw. Crenshaw playing second base here today. He can play all over the infield. Another good pitch from Hewlett right on the outside corner. 1-2. So he's one strike away from working out of a little bit of a situation here in the second inning and keeping his team up 4-0. One, two, fouled away. Went with a low fastball, a little bit outside, and Crenshaw was able to poke it foul. Collegians look like this defensively. Turner Davis, as we mentioned, is the catcher. Hunter Hudson at first base. At second base is Logan Cowart. Third is Nick Hall. This one misses. Shortstop is Connor Kostecka getting his first start. And Nick Arrivo in left, as it usually is. JJ Reeves in center. And Kelby Richardson in right. So not a whole lot of variation for the Collegians thus far in this game. They did mention they may be switching some guys around defensively just to get a look at them. 2-2 is outside, and the count runs full to Evan Crenshaw. I've got to imagine Chris Jimenez will get a chance to play catcher. We may see some other outfielders as well. And perhaps Jimmy Hollinger in on the infield. Who knows? Full count. Here's the pitch. Did he offer at it? No, he did not. So it's a 2-out walk for Evan Crenshaw, and now runners at first and second, still with 2 away. It'll be a chance for the catcher, Brock Downing. Downing, another local guy out of Arvada, Colorado, and Ralston Valley High School. Went down to Eastern Arizona Community College to play his college ball, the Gila Monsters. Back around his hometown for the summer. And the first pitch to Downing is a strike. Brock down at Eastern Arizona, 296 hitter. Reach base on a 336 clip and a slugging percentage of 324. This one missed away. Davis corrals it, keeping it in front of him and holding the runners at their respective bases. Downing, not much of a power hitter, at least so far in his college career. Only 4 extra base hits last year, all 4 of them doubles. And that one just misses to Downing. Pretty good looking pitch that time from Hewlett. Just a hair or so outside. Downing played in 44 games for the Gila Monsters, getting 155 plate appearances. Strike 2 is right down Broadway, and it's 2-2. Downing, for a catcher, has really good speed. He runs very well. He can also play the outfield. That gives you an idea of the quickness he has. Swing and a miss. Chased one in the dirt. Davis going to clean things up at first base. He will, and the inning is over. Hewlett allows a couple of 2-out base runners, but gets out of the situation unharmed, and the Collegians still lead it 4-0 as we head to the third. Nothing Boulder here in the top of the third inning. Turner Davis, Nick Hall, and Nick Arrivo scheduled for the Collegians. As we're nearly a third of the way through. Davis watches that one outside. Collegians have 4 runs, 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Or rather, 3 in the second. Rough Riders have been held scoreless on the mound by Jackson Hewlett. 1-0, big swing and a miss from Turner as he chased a breaking ball outside. The first pitch was about 3 inches further outside. Turner didn't offer at it, but that one close enough that he swung. Still not close enough to be one he wanted to swing at, but he did. 1-1 count. Center fielder has him shaded just a hair deep, otherwise straight away. And he went after one he probably shouldn't have again, and it's 1-2. Turner getting the start behind the plate. It's a small sample size, but when he starts at catcher, has not had the same success offensively as when he starts elsewhere. Did have the base hit earlier today, able to foul this one away in and out of the glove of Downing, and it stays at 1-2. Had that big RBI single back in the first, got the Collegians offense going, put them up 1-0 after the first inning. One-two count to him here. Gets a breaking ball that hangs up. He missed it though, but able to dump it in for a base knock. I'm sure Turner will tell you he could have crushed that pitch had he gotten it back again, but I'm sure he'll take the base knock. So Turner Davis is 2 for 2. Right after I tell you that he hasn't been quite as good offensively when he starts at catcher. But here's Nick Hall. Hall a strikeout in the second. Kicks Farrell on to run for Davis at first. He was thrown out trying to steal in the first inning. Umpire says that Hall went around, so it's 0-1 on Nick. Kicks could probably swipe second base on Downing. He runs pretty well. He got a terrible jump in that first inning. Had him gunned down by a mile. 0-1. Just missing inside. Tough take for Hall, but he evens the count at 1. Hall, not a particular power hitter. Had he been, he may have taken a big hack at that one. But as it is, let it go. Looking more for a pitch out over the plate. Something he can poke into the outfield. 1-1. A breaking ball just a little bit up. Hall's taken 2 close pitches. For the most part, Salmon's been around the strike zone. He's only thrown a couple in the dirt. And he only has 1 free pass. When he's missed, it's been in the zone, which is a problem. This one chopped foul. Of course, you don't want to miss outside of the zone too much, trying to draw walks. But if you do miss, you do want it to be out of the zone. Because if you miss in the zone, that's where balls get hit hard. And a few of the singles from the Collegians have been off of balls that were not where Salmon wanted them. 2-2 here to Nick Hall. Runner at first. Nobody away in the Collegian third. Salmon's 2-2 offering. Missed inside and low. And a count full to Nick Hall. Hall playing in his 4th game, I believe, as a Collegian. He played 1 game against Fort Collins, played both games on Sunday, and now starting here today. Payoff pitch to Hall. Runner takes off, pitches in the dirt. And so Turner kicks Farrell, can just jog into second. Hall draws the walk. Pretty good at bat from Nick. Watched a couple of close pitches, and it nets him a walk. Now it's Nick Arrivo. Arrivo, another knock for the Collegians back in the second. He's really had a nice start to the season. Had a number of base hits and has played some really nice defense in left field. That hit coming for him in the second inning. He would score off of it after stealing second. Watches a breaking ball out of the zone. for ball one. Collegians, 2 men aboard. Quick start to the third inning for them. Revo trying to capitalize on it here and extend this lead. 1-0. Got a fastball, but it was a little too far outside to do anything with, and he fouls it away. Bullpen already going to work for the Rough Riders as there's a right-hander warming up down the right field line. From what coach of the Rough Riders was saying, it sounds like we're going to see a decent amount of pitchers for them today. They're trying to mix things up here in a non-league game, maybe get a look at some other guys. 1-1 to Revo. Chopper up the middle, fielded by the shortstop, tags the bag for one, over to first for the out. Nice play made by the shortstop, David Ducote, and there are 2 away. Does move the runner Farrell up to third base. Little consolation after the double play, but pass ball would score him now. Richardson, who had a single, a much-needed single for him his last time around, looking to do the same thing again and drive in another run. Call it a strike. Pullman ready. Chopper to third. Backing up on it, playing on the long hop is the third baseman Hartojo. Throw to first. Is not in time, and the run will score. Hartojo chose to play it on the long hop, step back onto the cut of the grass, and just had no time to get Richardson, who runs pretty well. So it's an infield knock for Kelby Richardson, brings in a run, and Richardson is 2 for 2 today. Now here's Chris Jimenez. And before we get to Chris, we're going to see a pitching change for the Rough Riders. We'll step away for a moment. When we come back, we'll introduce you to the new pitcher. But as it is, Collegians lead at 5-0. Tanner Kimina, the new pitcher for the Colorado Rough Riders, in a tough spot, first and second, and facing off against Chris Jimenez, who had a knock his last time around. Good news for him is there's 2 away. He fires in a strike to Chris. Chris, his first at-bat as a Collegian back in the second, was an RBI single. Runners take off, and the pitch is in the dirt. And my error there. Runner at second now. There was no runner at second base before. My apologies. So runner at second, 2 away. Now here's the chance for Jimenez to knock in an RBI. Takes another strike, and it's 1-2. Richardson at second runs well. A single would more than likely score him. 1-2 from Kimina. In the dirt. Good block by Downing. So it's 2-2 on Chris Jimenez. out of Long Beach State. Had to take the long drive from California to get here. A couple of different guys having to drive out there, including the starting pitcher, Jackson Hewlett. Both guys going the northern route through Utah and the mountains. 2-2. Breaking ball to third. Whether there's Hartojo, throw pulls Levenstein's off the bag, and everybody's going to be safe. That was wide to the right of Nick Levenstein's. He was able to corral it in, but couldn't get back to the bag in time. We mentioned it earlier, but Chris Jimenez runs extremely well for a catcher. So he reaches on the air, and now Logan Cowart will take his cuts. Cowart, a strikeout victim in the second. Another chance to drive in a run for him here. Runners on the corners and 2 away. First offering from Kimonaugh, a breaking ball that dives too far down. And 1 ball and no strikes to Logan Cowart. Levenstein's will hold the runner Jimenez on here with 2 away. And just downstairs, and the umpire signals inside as well against Cowart. Now 2-0 on the Collegian second baseman. Throw over to first, and back in time is Jimenez. Cowart hasn't really broken out the bat yet with the Collegians. He's had his share of hits, but not on fire by much of the imagination, but not too bad either. 2-0. Can't catch up there. That was the pitch he wanted to hit, but could not connect. Cowart only had 2 at-bats this year at Henderson State, only in his freshman year. He was a .467 hitter his senior year of high school. Runner takes off, throwing the dirt. Downing will just hang on to it. And up to second goes Chris Jimenez. Downing showing no willingness to try and gun a guy down with anyone at third. It's always a little hairy at this level. Well, do you trust the arms of your catcher and your middle infield to get it from home to second and back in time in case the guy at third takes off? Especially a guy with Richardson's speed. 2-1 to Cowart, or rather the 3-1 is inside, and he draws the walk. So now once again, the bases are loaded for the Collegians. And it'll be another chance for JJ Reeves. Reeves has reached twice today, hitting in his 3rd straight inning. He's singled in the first, would come around to score, then walked in the second and was left aboard. Another 2-out chance for him here with a runner in scoring position. Big swing and a miss. Just off the black. 2-1. Good block behind the plate by Downing. Saves a run. And now 3-1 to JJ Reeves. And that run may come in anyway if Kimonaugh can't throw a strike right here. Reeves a pretty good eye at the plate. So don't expect to see him really chase anything, especially on a 3-1 count. And he will in fact not chase, and well, pardon me, that's 3-1 now. No scoreboard today, so keeping track of it ourselves, so things can always get hairy with that. But it's 3-1 on JJ Reeves. There's ball 4, and Reeves draws the walk, and in doing so knocks in a run. Richardson in from third base, and the base is still loaded here for Hunter Hudson. Hunter, the biggest piece I would say of the offense so far today, had that huge RBI single in the second, drove in 2 runs with it. Chance to drive in a couple more here if he can do it again. First offering to the first baseman. Inside, but he gets underneath it. Let's see if he got enough. He did not. And making the catch out there is Jordan McClellan in center, and the inning is over. So the Collegians leave him loaded, but they strike for a couple. They lead it 6-0 as we head to the bottom of inning number 3 here on the Collegians Broadcast Network. Nine, 1, and 2 in the inning for the Rough Riders. They try and get something going against Jackson Hewlett. He's been excellent so far. Misses a pitch there high to Tate Whittington, the DH. Hewlett did run into a little bit of traffic in the last inning, but worked out of it no problem. Big swing and a miss from Whittington. It's 1-1. That's one of the things you have to note about Hewlett today. He has gotten a lot of swing and misses. Our rain's starting to form here. A couple of drops coming down. We saw some nasty clouds blowing in. Fouled away. And, well, depending on how bad this storm gets, we'll let you know if we're staying with you or not. We're set up outside the press box as it's locked. So we are out in the elements, and if it gets too rainy, we will have to shut things down. Protect the equipment. Strike 3 called on Tate Whittington. He is gone. And another strikeout for Jackson Hewlett. He's averaging just over 1 an inning. That's his 4th. Well, actually, make that close to 2 an inning, as the 3rd inning's only 1/3 over. One of those strikeout victims, David Ducote, will be the hitter. Ducote, strikeout looking in the first. It's been 2 looking, 2 swinging for Hewlett. And he starts off Ducote with a strike. Nice pitching performance thus far, as we mentioned, from Hewlett. It's been good pitching the last 1 1/3 games now for the Collegians. That one missing high. Tommy Shriver had a wonderful game against Game Day on Sunday, going 6 innings, only giving up 2 runs and recording 9 strikeouts. He was terrific. 1-1. Right there on the block for strike 2. He was a big piece of why the Collegians won their first game of the season in that one. The offense also contributing quite a bit, including a home run from Johnny Dowse. 1-2. That one's high. Offense this season for the Collegians, it seems, comes in bunches. They've had a lot of big innings, and then we'll go a few innings without scoring and have another big one. That's just how they've done it so far. 2-2 inside. Dakota having to do a little move there to get out of the way, and it's full. Hewlett works fairly quickly out there. Here's his payoff pitch. And fouled away. Not where he really wanted to throw that on 3-2, but got the foul ball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as well. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the 3rd for Jackson Hewlett. Now Josh Smith, we'll see what he can do. He grounded out to Cowart, the second baseman, back in the 1st. Hewlett, as we mentioned, coming out from St. Mary's, got one of his buddies to drive out with him. So had some company on the long drive out from California. Missing high there. He came from San Diego, that area, and well, I know the drive to LA is 15 hours, so I got to imagine that's maybe 16, 17 hours. This one will be fouled out of play. So, quite a haul there for Jackson to get out here to Colorado. But doing a nice job thus far for the Collegians here this season. This is his 2nd appearance on the year, as we mentioned earlier. His first start. Misses this one high and outside. Not a bad location, though. He hasn't missed badly all that much. It's been right off the black when he has. That one will shatter the bat into 2 pieces. Going to be a tough play for Cowart on the bare hand. It is in time. Funky looking stretch from Hudson, but he gets the out anyway. Fine play from Cowart off the broken bat. Barehanded play in the grass, and the inning is over. So some fine defensive work from the defense behind Jackson Hewlett, and he works another scoreless inning. We'll move to inning number 4. Collegians still up 6-0. Collegians up 6-0 as we move into inning number 4. Hunter Hudson, Connor Kostecka, and Turner Davis to begin the inning against Tanner Kimenow. Kimenow came in the third, gave up a couple of base runners, and then got out of it. His first full inning on the mound, and start Hudson off with a ball outside for ball 1. Hudson today, 1 for 2, had a big RBI single in the second. Or excuse me, this is Kostecka. And Kostecka flies one to center. Rain's starting to really come down now in big droplets. And out there making the catch is the center fielder, McClellan. So Kostecka is retired. He's 0 for 3 today, and now Turner Davis will be the batter. There are blue skies behind us, but just waiting for them to get here. Turner Davis the batter. Turner, 2 for 2 today. He'll ground one foul wide of third. The rain really starting to come down now. Not any kind of rain that's going to stop play, of course, but just enough to make things interesting. Davis will get way underneath this one. It's fouled away over our heads and out of play. So 2-strike count here to Turner Davis. Looking for his third hit of the day with one away here in the fourth. Collegians up 6-0. They scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second, and 2 in the third. 1 in the dirt to Turner. Turner able to lay off the breaking ball. Davis out of Savannah State. And it seems we're getting more of that Colorado weather this year, that trademark random rain every afternoon kind of thing this year, as opposed to last year where there wasn't much of it. 1-2 to Davis. That one in the dirt again. This time more centrally located, but still downstairs. Collegians scored in every inning thus far, looking to do it again here, with 1 away and no one aboard. Strike 3 called on Davis. A breaking ball froze him, just skimmed the inside part of the plate. He's gone on strikes. He knew it, just nodding as he walked away. It was a pretty good pitch from Kimenow. So then Nick Hall will give it another try. His one official at-bat of the day, a strikeout. He has drawn a walk as well. Didn't get him to do much with the walk as he was out on the double play, the next batter. And he'll take a breaking ball for strike 1. And that one beans him right in the back. He didn't even turn. It came inside and beamed him, as that was well inside. He turned just a bit, I should say, but wasn't though he did a full turn. That one was way, way inside. So Hall is aboard after being hit. And now Nick Arrivo, the batter, with 2 away. Arrivo, a single to lead, or rather with 1 out in the second, and then grounded out back in the third. He takes a strike here. And that ground out resulted in a double play, with the same man, Nick Hall, aboard. No chance for that here with 2 outs. He flies one to right. Back on it is the right fielder. It's over his head. Hall running hard with 2 outs. He's going to stumble around third, keeps going, and he is in to score, and up to third base standing goes Nick Arrivo with an RBI triple. Arrivo just poked it just over the head of the right fielder Schiffner. He jumped high but couldn't make the grab. And off the jump, just wasn't quite as quick to get to the baseball. Arrivo took advantage and is in with the triple. So the Collegians have scored now in 4 straight innings. And a chance to add more on with Kelby Richardson, the batter. Richardson watches one outside and low for ball 1. Richardson is 2 for 2 today. His first 2 hits of the season. 1-0. That's inside. Kimenow ready. Here's the pitch. That one's down low. So 3-0 here to Kelby Richardson. Chris Jimenez on deck. Jimenez twice. Once on a hit, once on an error. And he is dangerous once he gets aboard, as he runs pretty well. A matter of concern now getting that runner in from third. There's a strike just on the bottom of the zone. And it's 3-1. And Richardson, no intent of offering at a pitch like that on 3-0. Kelby seems a little more patient today. He lines one into left field. That's a base knock. Kelby Richardson is 3 for 3, and he has an RBI now. Another RBI, I should say. He's got 2 of them. So Kelby Richardson heating up a little bit here against the Rough Riders. So 7-0 Boulder. And Chris Jimenez the batter. Oh, yeah, pardon me. 8-0. 2 runs in the inning for Boulder. Arrivo and Hall. Jimenez will watch one down low in the dirt. Way outside as well into the left-handed batter's box. Jimenez, as we mentioned, out of Long Beach State. The Dirtbags, prominent baseball school, didn't have all that great of a year this year as they were not their usual selves. But they were one of those kind of sneaky good teams where they didn't have a great record, but they could beat a good team on any night. This one is down low. Jimenez, just in his sophomore year, not much of a starter, as they had a pretty solid catcher already, and he had only limited work. 2-0 on him here. There's a strike. Those Dirtbags beat Arizona State, who was a tournament team and a top 25 ranked team, and they just narrowly lost to UCLA, who, of course, was one of the higher ranked teams in the state or in the country, and in some polls, the #1 team. That one misses to Jimenez. UCLA remaining in the NCAA tournament after an early loss scare for them in bracket or in pool play, but they're still in it. That one is just outside. That's ball 4. So Jimenez draws the walk. The first walk of the inning for the Collegians. The third issued on the day from Kimenow. The weather, the cause of that brief interruption. But as it stands now, first and second, 2 away, 8-0 Boulder. And Logan Cowart at the plate. It's Richardson at second. At first is Chris Jimenez, who drew a walk. Cowart watches one inside. Cowart, too, drew a walk against Kimenow back in the third. Richardson runs pretty well at second base, getting a little too far off for Kimenow's liking, and he'll look him back.
We're still down. We're down right now. We come back for like a couple of seconds. Like right now we're out. So you should mention that it's the weather.
I'll mention it next time we're actually on.
We're on right now.
I'm just keeping you updated with the weather. We are going to cut in and out a little bit because of it. The storm looking like it should move off any time now, hopefully sooner rather than later. First and second, 2 away. That one in the dirt to Cowart. Cowart very patient at the plate thus far today. 8-0 Boulder. They've struck for 2 here in the 4th. Looking to add on more with the runner in scoring position here. All of their offensive production has come with 2 away as the first men in the inning were retired. Cowart takes a strike. Hall was beaned, and Arrivo hit that triple, and the single from Kelby Richardson and the walk to Jimenez, all with 2 away. Cowart chops one foul, and he will try it again. This time on a full count. Rain slowly going away, still just misting a bit. The 3-2. Inside, got a piece of the knee. That is a tough way to draw ball 4, but he's aboard. Let's make sure he's all right. That one got him square in that left knee. Limped a little bit going down to first base. He'll try to stretch it out on the bag. And time taken as the coach heads out for game day. Or excuse me, for the Rough Riders. And that will do it today for Tanner Kimenow. So Kimenow's afternoon is over. New pitcher coming on for the Rough Riders. Let's see who that is. The good news is it gives Cowart a little more time to try and stretch out that knee that just got hit. He seems to be doing all right, though. He was able to walk down under his own power, but certainly that one is going to be stiff in the morning. And the first warm-up pitch right back into the screen there. Eight 0 Boulder here as we play the 4th inning. The Collegians have batted around now, or rather almost batted around. They have one more guy to go in Reeves. But even still, they've done it all with 2 away. So it'll be Reeves' 4th at-bat here in the 4th inning. Even better news for the Collegians, he's reached on all 3 of them, a single and 2 walks. Big chance for him here to drive in a run, maybe 2.
Perfect.
Some wildness on the warm-up pitches from the new hurler here. Collegians in the first few miles of a marathon road trip. They had 2 games away on Sunday against game day. They have the one here. Then they head to Farmington for a 3-game set going through the weekend. They come back Sunday, then have a week full of away games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then they'll take a break on Thursday, have another away set Friday, and then finally are back home at Scott Carpenter on Saturday. So they're on the road for a while. Plenty of gray pants going to be worn by them. Not much to the liking of Jackson Hewlett, who said, "Oh, I didn't want to wear the navies today," as the starting pitcher gets to pick the uniforms. He said, "I wanted to wear something else, but you can't wear white with the gray pants. That's just a cardinal sin." He said if he had chosen that, they should have just cut him then and there. But I had to go with the powders. He said the powders look okay with the gray. The powders are his favorite uniform. This one's high. Gets away from the catcher Downing, but not far enough for Richardson to move up. So I want to know on JJ Reeves. He said the powders were my favorite, but I think they look a lot cleaner with the white pants. But we had to go with the gray. His teammates agreeing that, hey, it looked pretty good, but not as good as with the white pants. So Jackson Hewlett, at least among the Collegians who can't wait to get home. 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. Bases full of Collegians. Top of 4. Collegians up 8-0. They've already knocked in 2 in the inning. 2-1 to Reeves. The pitch. Breaking ball there for strike 2. So JJ in it. 1-2 count on Nick Schiffner as he leads off the bottom of the 4th. And he'll line this one. Played by Cowart. Nice grab by Logan over there at second base. Snow cones anyone. Nice play. He was able to corral that one over his head. So 1 away. Now look, Nick Levenstein's going to stand in. Nick, another local kid. We haven't had a chance to really talk about him. Another guy from Ralston Valley. A year behind Downing. This one fouled away. Nick also chose to take his talent south for college ball as Downing did, but he opted to go east rather than west. Watches that one there. Levenstein's out at North Georgia, where he started for them this year, playing in 37 games, starting 33 of them. He's a pretty good hitter. He was a very good high school hitter, has a lot of pop in that bat. Fouled it away, but just hasn't put it together at the college level. Only a .224 hitter. In North Georgia. Did have 4 home runs, though. And just missing there is Hewlett. Hewlett's been terrific through 3. 3 1/3 now. He's had 2 1-2-3 innings. This one missing well high. The other inning, he had a little bit of traffic, but was able to work out of it no problem. All the traffic coming with 2 away. A double and a walk. But then he got a strikeout, got himself out of the inning. Pitch to Levenstein's. One chopped off his foot. That's a foul ball. For as poorly as Levenstein's hit average-wise for North Georgia, his on-base percentage wasn't bad, a .336 mark. Not terrific, but not bad. That is thanks to him drawing 20 walks. And he'll draw one of those here. Levenstein's aboard. Only the second time through the order for the Rough Riders when Hewlett's been rolling. And Nico Hartojo, the batter. Hartojo, one of 5 strikeout victims thus far for Hewlett. Jackson's pitch missed outside. Looked like the fastball, that one inside. And now Davis is going to have a chat with his pitcher. Wonder if they got crossed up there on the signs. You know, with a runner on base, oftentimes you'll see guys change the sign, especially at second. One guy at first here, though, you know, he can sometimes read it, so it's instead of just whatever I lay down, and maybe the third sign is the strike, or maybe if I do a fastball, the one after that is. Depends on what they're deciding to go with, and sometimes you can get crossed up if the guys aren't on the same page. So they're back together now, 2-0. That one fouled away. Oh no, it got a piece of the elbow guard for Hewlett, and he's down to first on the hit by pitch. So Jordan McClellan will be the batter. Best chance the Rough Riders have had today with 2 runners on and 1 away. McClellan was one of those guys that were on in the second. He had a double. He fouls the first pitch away. The speedy center fielder is out of Highland Community College, where he finished up his freshman year. This one popped towards the fence. Hudson at the fence. We'll watch it get out of play. McClellan on the year at Hudson. Played in 46 games. Took 161 plate appearance and a .311 average for him, so that's pretty good. Only 2 home runs, so just a tiny bit of pop in the bat. Not really a hitter, but not a guy who's not going to hit it out if you make a mistake. One, grounded towards short. Charging, throwing across his body is Kostecka, and there's the second out. On the play, both runners move up. So Levensteins moves up to third, and up to second goes Nico Hartojo. So now Evan Crenshaw will be tasked with driving in the Rough Riders' first run. Trying to work out of a problem here in the 4th inning. Second and third, 2 away. Already helped himself with that, getting a ground ball to the last batter. And strike 3 called! Jackson Hewlett works another magic act on the mound, and he's got himself through 4 scoreless. We'll head to the 5th, still 8-0 Boulder. Hunter Hudson, the batter for the Collegians, the only man not to bat back in that 4th inning. The Collegians batted around, nearly batted around, doing that all with 2 away. They scored 2 runs, but left the bases loaded. They lead it 8-0. Hudson's 4th at bat of the ball game. He's 1 for 3, and he's in an 0-2 hole. A couple of foul balls for Hunter. Allen back to work on the mound for the Rough Riders. He came on in the 4th. Swing and a miss. So Hunter Hudson is gone on strikes. Something you don't see too often from him, as he was buckled by a curveball. And now Connor Kostecka will stand in, trying to get his first hit of the day. He's 0 for 3. He's the only guy, I believe, to not have reached base. And looking down the scorebook, that is indeed the case. Trying to put it together here. First delivery to him is inside, and he has to lean out of the way. That one's high. So 2-0 on Connor Kostecka. Kostecka out of Biola in California. He's a California native. The 2-0 delivery. A breaking ball that he gets way, way under, popping it high in the air towards second base. And no problem over there for the second baseman Crenshaw. Got a pitch to hit, but just dropped the shoulder tremendously and popped out. So here's Turner Davis. Davis, a 2 for 3 day. He's had a pair of singles. One of them he knocked in a run with, the other he scored a run on. Standing in now with 2 away. Launches it high for ball 1. Collegians have scored in all 4 innings so far, in danger of not doing so in the 5th. They scored 1 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, and then 2 in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th. That one, once again, inside and high to Davis, 2-0. Two away, and a 2-0 count on Turner Davis. Big swing and a miss. Took a healthy hack at a breaking ball. Probably wasn't expecting that pitch on 2-0. So now 2-1. The rain has gone away for now. Still just a little windy and cloudy. And that one's outside. Seems to be sunshine all around, everywhere but Wheat Ridge, Colorado right now. So we're underneath the clouds. 3-1. Fouled off the mask of Downing. He'll readjust it. And the count runs full on Turner Davis. And if you're just rejoining us, there's the weather causing us to be offline for a little while. Hopefully you were able to catch at least a piece of it. As it is, the Collegians lead at 8-0 here in the 5th inning. I wonder why.
It's building back up. It's going to be green. It's green. Okay.
And if you're still with us, we apologize. Can understand if you're not and that you've left. We see our viewership has dwindled, and I don't blame you. This broadcast kind of cutting in and out thanks to the weather. But if you're still with us, runner at first and 2 away here in the 5th for the Collegians. They lead at 8-0. Not sure how much you've missed, so we'll get you updated on how they scored those runs in just a moment. Nick Hall, the batter. Turner Davis at first after the walk. Rather, it's going to be the courtesy runner kicks Farrell on for him, and Farrell's hung up. Downing back picked him. Farrell got hung up between first and second, and now he's in a pickle. They'll try and chase him down here. Pitcher joining in on things, and Allen tags him out between first and second. So no sooner does Farrell come into the ballgame than he gets tagged out. But I guess that's life as a courtesy runner. So Farrell is gone, and so Nick Hall for the second time today will have to try it at bat again. We will take a short break. When we come back, we'll get you updated on how the Collegians got all of their runs. In the bottom of the 5th, they lead it 8-0. Trent Lafka has come on to pitch here in the 5th inning for Boulder. They lead at 8-0. Lafka will square off against Brock Downing to begin things. Downing, 0 for 1 on the day, was one of the 6 strikeout victims for Jackson Hewlett. Hewlett's final line looks like this: 4 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, no earned runs, and he only gave up 1 hit. 1-0. Swing and a miss by Downing. Lafka out of Missouri St. Louis, native of the Midwest, from Illinois, Sorrento, Illinois to be exact. And that one misses outside. He's got to like being there in St. Louis, as he's a big Cardinals fan. 2-1. That one's high to Downing. For Lafka, and the guy he grew up idolizing was Jason Mott, the old closer slash bullpen pitcher for the Cardinals. He liked Mott's big fastball, and Lafka's tried to emulate it. He's down 3-1 here to Brock Downing. And Downing was on his way down to first base. The home plate umpire calls him back, and it's a full count. Lafka pitched, I believe, against the Browns. That was his last time out. Let's double check. It was. He gave up 1 run this one, as Downing will take the long jog down to second on the free pass, or down to first, excuse me. So it'll be Tate Whittington now with a runner at first, no one away. The Rough Riders trying to claw back into this ball game. Down 8-0. With Lafka in to pitch, a new catcher has come in as well. Chris Jimenez gets his first time behind the plate for the Collegians. Swing and a miss there from Tate Whittington. Rest of the defense remains the same for Boulder. Lafka and Jimenez, the only changes. 0-1 on Whittington. Big swing and a miss there from Tate, and it's 0-2. Downing at first after the walk. 8-0 Boulder here in the 5th. We're just a little over halfway through this one. Lafka ready. A breaking ball, not a bad pitch with 2 strikes, but able to lay off of it was Whittington, and it's 1-2. Lafka stands at 6-7 out there on the mound. Broken bat there. Charging it is Hall. Hall will get 1, and that's all he'll get as he goes to first for the sure out. Downing, as we mentioned, runs very well for a catcher. He was up to second easily. No chance to make the play. Hall charging. But Hall does get the out. And it works the same as a sac bunt for Whittington as Downing's up to second. Now David Ducote. 0 for 2 day for David. Pair of strikeouts. 1 looking, 1 swinging. Has a chance to put his team's first run on the board here with the runner at second and 1 away. Lafka a couple of glances at the runners and fires a perfect fastball right on the black for the first strike. Lafka from the rural parts of Illinois, so came out here to Boulder to find some better competition for the summer. 0-1. Missed high and outside. And for Lafka, the rural parts was where he wants to go back to after he's done with school. He's getting a degree in electrical engineering and construction management, double major. And he wants to start a construction management company in a rural community. The 1-1 in the dirt. We've seen Lafka work out of the bullpen. That's mainly what he's been doing recently. Is he had an injury to his arm and it's relegated him to the pen. His goal for this summer is to build up the stamina to once again become a starter. And he fires in a strike there to Ducote. Only worked 1 inning against the Browns. As we mentioned, gave up only the 1 run. Trying to keep from giving up a run here in this inning with Downing at second and 1 away. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. There's the strikeout from Lafka. And it's the 3rd strikeout on the day from Ducote, so he'll wear the hat. And now Josh Smith, the batter. Smith is grounded to second twice. And hold on a moment. Smith's day appears to be done, as we're going to see a pinch hitter. Let's have a look at who it is. So the option for the right-handed hitter here against the righty Lafka, pulling the lefty Smith out of the lineup. Hitter is Erickson, and he watches one outside. One 1-0 on Jeff Erickson. Lafka's next pitch right there for strike 1, working or in the bottom of the zone against Erickson. Two away, runner at second. Collegians up 8-0, looking for win 2 on the season. The 1-1. That's downstairs and low. So despite the big fastball and the 6'7" frame on the mound, Lafka is working almost as a ground ball pitcher, keeping it very low in the zone. He'll check Downing a couple of times. Extended look there. Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss. He's kept everything low and outside. Even when he's missed, it's been further low and further outside. And that's good news. Chance to get out of the inning here. 2-2 pitch. Just missed high. Tried to go up the ladder on Erickson, but Jeff wasn't biting. A 2-2 count to Jeff Erickson. Runner at second, 2 away. Lafka fires, and it's fouled away. Trent in his first inning of work here in this one. Walked the leadoff man Downing, and since has gotten a ground ball to third and a strikeout. On the ground ball, Downing moved up to second. That's where he sits now. And with 2 away, Downing will score easily on any kind of base hit. Full count on Jeff Erickson, the pinch hitter. Payoff pitch from Lafka. Strike 3 called. Trent Lafka, scoreless inning, walked the leadoff man, didn't bother him any as he got the next 3 guys in order, and the inning is over. So after 5, the Collegians lead at 8-0. We'll head to the 6th here on the Collegians Broadcast Network. Collegians up to 8-0 as we begin the 6th inning. Nick Hall will stand in, and as he does, let's get you caught up on how the Collegians got here, as our stream's been in and out as it goes in and out again. So we'll get you caught up here in just a moment. Terry Strauber is the pitcher in for Colorado as he fires in a strike to Nick Hall. Hall once again having to redo an at-bat with a runner thrown out on the base paths with him at the plate. The 0-1 is downstairs. Collegians struck for 1 in the first. JJ Reeves singled when come around to score on a single from Turner Davis. Then in the second, the Collegians got a single from Nick Arrivo. He stole second. Kelly Richardson had a single, which drove him in. Then Chris Jimenez drove in one as well. And then Hunter Hudson drove in a couple. Rather, it was Jimenez who drove in Arrivo, pardon me. It was Richardson first and third with Arrivo. And then Arrivo scored on the Jimenez single. That was an RBI. And then Hunter Hudson plated a pair with his single in that second inning. Hall watches this one high after seeing one to the backstop on the previous pitch. Then in the third, Turner Davis singled. Nick Hall walked, so it was first and second. Then a ground ball from Nick Arrivo resulted in a double play. Fouled to the screen. So after the double play, an infield hit by Richardson, an error on a play by a swing by Jimenez over at third base, a walk from Cowart, a walk from JJ Reeves, and a walk from JJ Reeves resulted in 2 runs. Reeves getting an RBI on the bases loaded walk, and the other RBI coming out from Kelly Richardson on the infield hit. Hall fouls this one away as he was way out in front, and it's a full count. Then in the 4th, the Collegians started with 2 straight outs. Then Nick Hall was beaned by a pitch. Nick Arrivo tripled, knocking in Hall. And then Kelby Richardson singled, knocking in Arrivo. So that's how the Collegians have gotten their 8 runs. They were unable to score in the 5th. And now Nick Hall trying to lead off the 6th inning. The Rough Riders, on the other hand, have not scored once. It was a terrific performance on the mound, swing and a miss, and Hall has gone on strikes. But it was a terrific performance on the mound from Jackson Hewlett, who went 4 innings, had 6 strikeouts, allowed no earned runs, and only allowed 1 hit. Then Trent Lafka came in the 5th inning out of the bullpen, gave up a leadoff walk, but then got 3 straight outs, 2 of them strikeouts, to end the inning. So the pitching has been good, as has the offense for the Collegians. Nick Arrivo, who had that RBI triple, as we mentioned, back in the 4th inning. He's 2 for 3 today. Takes one inside. Arriva was also the man who hit the double play ball in the third, but he more than made up for it. Swing and a miss. His triple was out to right field. He hit it the other way, and it went just over the glove of Schiffner, the right fielder, who leapt for it, giving a little bit extra time to pull into third base. The 1-1 and misses downstairs. And I know it was a hit by pitch and not a walk, but that's just an example of where you think, well, walking a guy with 2 away that's no problem. Who cares? That's when you want to walk a guy, but those 2-out walks can be absolutely deadly. Just extending the inning and giving another chance for the team to score. As this one's high, and you saw it happen there with Arriva. You never know what's going to happen. Arriva with the triple scored the run, and then would later come around to score himself thanks to Kelby Richardson. Richardson is on deck now with the 3-run count. What a day Kelby has had. And that's ball 4. So Arriva reaches base for the 3rd time today. He's singled, he's tripled, and now he's walked. Now a man who has already reached 3 times up in Kelby Richardson. Kelby Richardson, who had not recorded a hit until today, has 3 of them. 2 solid singles to left and an infield knock. Along with his pair of hits, he has 3 hits. He has 2 RBIs. He'll watch a good fastball there for strike 1 from Terry Strauber, the pitcher on the hill. Strauber's 0-1 is high. Short lead for Arriva. That one's inside as well. So 2-1. Arriva does run well, but he's only a step or so off the bag. He's picking about 2.5 steps there on his lead. Pretty standard. Richardson fouls away the high fastball. First 2-strike count Kelby's been in today, and he leans out of one inside, out of the way of one inside, and it's full, 3-2. Full count on Kelby Richardson. Runner at first, no one away. He pops this one high into foul territory, the first baseman coming over and making the catch. They've swapped positions here, as we mentioned they might. Artojo is the first baseman now. He made that grab, or rather it's a different fella out there. We'll give you a look around the infield in just a moment for the Rough Riders. They switch things around quite a bit. Artojo still remains at third. First base is Parsons. So Nick Levenstein's no longer playing the field. Though I'm not sure if he'll bat or not. The coaches were talking earlier. That one's outside to Chris Jimenez. They were talking earlier about how they wanted to allow pretty free substitutions in terms of fielders because this wasn't a league game. We'll see how the Rough Riders play it here. That one is high to Jimenez again. Levenstein's spot is due up second next inning, so we'll see if Parsons indeed bats for him. Next pitch to Jimenez, there for a strike. Chris, a good start to his Collegians career. He's reached base 3 times, and he's 1 for 2. He fouls that one away. He has an RBI as well, that coming on his first at-bat in which he singled, drove in a run, and stole a base. So a good start to the season for him. And he reached on an error, stole another base, and walked in his third at bat in the fourth. Runner takes off, throw down from Downing is not in time as it skipped in, and Arrivo has second base. So first base open now. One away, Logan Cowart on deck. Pitch to Jimenez, high and inside for ball 4. So Chris draws his second walk of the day. He's on base for the 4th time. And now Logan Cowart will try things again. Still only the one official at bat. He's one with a strikeout, but he also has walked and been hit by a pitch. That last pitch caught him square in his front knee. Isaac Parks will come on to run for the catcher Jimenez, who gets the courtesy runner now that he's not the DH and he's the catcher. Either Parks or Farrell, usually the typical pinch runners. Parks, pitcher, so doesn't have much to do today other than pinch run, as he's pitched recently. Big swing and a miss from Cowart on the first pitch he sees. It might have been a little bit high, but Logan went after it. But Parks runs well, the big lanky frame out there at first base. You can see it with the big lead. This one outside. The other reason for the big lead is he's not being held on with the runner at second, but getting a sizable lead regardless. One to Logan Cowart. With 2 away in the inning, this one's outside and high. 8-0 Boulder here in inning 6. 9-inning ball game here today as it's just the single game. That's strike 2. So 2-2 to Logan Cowart. Runner takes off from second. Cowart fouls it away. And you do have to wonder about that left knee for Cowart just a little bit. Don't want to speculate on anything, but he is wearing a brace on the knee underneath the pants. He was wearing it earlier. Not sure what the trouble is with the knee, but he has a brace on, and I wonder if that helped ease the impact from the hit he got in the 4th. Either way, a hurt knee is not where you want to be hit, but he seems to be all right. Right now he has a 2-2 count on him. He ran for himself after being beaned in the 4th and then is hitting here and has played the field all day long. 2-2. Grounded towards the right side. Diving play on the infield, and it gets under the glove of the second baseman. Into score comes Arrivo, and up to third goes Isaac Parks. That ball just hit so slowly that the guys had all day to run, especially taking off with 2 away. But it still found its way into right field underneath the glove, and Cowart is aboard with a single. That one goes down in the book as a solid line drive single to right field, though it was nothing of the sort. Pinch hitter on here for JJ Reeves. It's Chris Amador. Amador has gotten the start in both of the second games in both the 2 game sets the Collegians have played. This one high in center field. So, no surprise to see him come on for Reeves here in the 6th inning of this one. 1-0 count on Chris, and it's outside. Amador yesterday was 0 for 2, but he did draw 2 walks and scored a run. There's a strike. 2-1 now to Chris Amador. Reeves on the day. He went 3 for 4, 2 walks, and a single. It's one in on the hands of Amador towards second. Second baseman gets a funny hop, and it's past him, and everybody's going to be safe. Not sure what happened out there at second base, but as soon as it got towards the second baseman's glove, it ran up his arm on a funny hop, and Amador is aboard. So here's Hudson. Hunter Hudson, 1 for 3 today. but the one was a big one, a 2-run single back in the second. Getting a chance to swing it from the right side here against the lefty Strauber. 10-0 Boulder as we play this 6th inning. Hudson watches a ball high. 2-0 on the first baseman. Amador at first. After the error, he got an RBI off of it at least. And Logan Cowart at second base. Both reaching on balls hit towards the right side of the infield. Cowart's just poked perfectly in the hole between the first and second baseman, even though it was hit slowly for a knock. Big swing and a miss by Hudson. He was well behind a fastball, brings him down to a knee. And just a couple of at-bats, not characteristic of Hunter Hudson. Usually a pretty patient hitter, doesn't try and do too much, but he's taking some really big hacks here today. Watch this one inside and brings the count to 3-1. Another pitch hitter waits on deck. Jimmy Hollinger will come in for Connor Kostecka. Hollinger, until Kostecka arrived today, had been the primary starting shortstop. It'll be interesting to see what his role becomes with Connor joining the team. I think the initial inclination for the coaches has to be to have them kind of platoon it over there at shortstop, as one of them's a lefty in Kostecka and the other a righty in Hollinger. Full count here to Hunter Hudson. Runners at first and second and 2 away. Once again, the Collegians doing a lot of work with 2 batters away. One is high, ball 4. So now the bases will be loaded for Jimmy Hollinger. Hollinger in for his first at-bat here this afternoon. But before he can take it, coach is out to the mound to relieve his pitcher. So with the righty Hollinger coming up, Terry Strauber is relieved, and we'll see who's coming in from the bullpen. It is a righty. We'll get you a line on who it is in just a second.
Jack.
Still trying to catch a number there from the pitcher. He's number 35, not a number provided to us on the roster and lineup we were provided.
Yeah.
Well, I can't read very well, so how about that? It's 85. So number 85. Let's take a look at who that is. Apologize for that.
Scoreboard's not working.
No, you hear that? I mentioned the scoreboard isn't working. The only thing that's not working are my eyes. It's Kush Tawari is the new hurler, the right-hander. Defense stays the same, so just Tawari coming in. He'll face Jimmy Hollinger here with runners at first, second, and third. Bases full of Collegians. No, hold on. Runners on base for the Collegians. At third base is Logan Cowart, Chris Amador at second, and Hunter Hudson at first. Both Amador and Cowart run pretty well. Amador probably the fastest guy on base. And Hudson not too bad himself for a catcher. Kostecka ready for his first pitch. Jimmy Hollinger ready to receive his first pitch of the day, and a big swing and a miss at a ball outside of the zone. Hollinger trying to add on some insurance for the Collegians, though they have quite a bit of it already. That one low and inside to Hollinger, 1-1 on the shortstop. Jimmy out of Metro State right here in Denver. One pitch. Breaking ball line down the left field line, but that ball is going to get foul. Kostecka trying to work out of a tough situation he's been stuck into. Bases loaded. The good news for him, 2 away. Just has to get this man here. He's got a 1-2 count. Tawari ready. Here's the pitch. And he missed high with it. Looked like he was trying to get Hollinger to chase something up the ladder, but with how high he threw that one, Hollinger no intent of swinging. A 2-2. In the zone, hit towards short, took a funny hop off the grass, throw to first pulls the first baseman off the bag, and everybody's going to be safe, and a run is in. It hit off the lip of the cut of the grass, where the grass turns to dirt on the infield, took a high hop on the shortstop. He tried to play it over his head, had to bobble it for a moment, corralled it, then made the long throw across the diamond, but it was wide. Don't think it would have gotten Hollinger anyway. So Hollinger has himself an infield knock, and now Turner Davis will be the batter. Davis, a 2-for-3 afternoon and a walk. This one to short. A little more routine this time for the shortstop. Throws over to first, and that will retire the side. But the Collegians strike for a few. They lead it as we head to the bottom of the 6th here on the Collegians Broadcast Network. Collegians up 11-0 now after a 3 spot in the top half of this 6th inning. Still looking for the first run here are the Rough Riders. They'll see 3, 4, and 5 in order to try and get it. They'll square off again against Trent Lafka, who's back to work on the mound after working on just a little bit of trouble in the 5th inning. He walked the leadoff man, and Downing would later move up to second, but it was no problem for Lafka as he got a ground ball, which allowed Downing to move up, and then a pair of strikeouts. So Lafka's fallen behind Nick Schiffner now. Bad news for Lafka in the last half inning as he worked into 4 3-ball counts. And he'll do the same again here, 3-1. It will indeed appear that Parsons will hit for Levensteins as he's come into the on-deck circle. Another left-handed hitter. That one inside and tight on Nick Schiffner, and he's going to go down to first. So another leadoff walk for Trent Lafka. Now the first chance at bat here for Parsons. The other good news for Lafka here with the runner at first is he's worked mostly low in the zone. So perhaps a chance to draw a double play ball. This one not on the ground. It's in the air down the right field line, and a nice catch made out in the right field by the right fielder, Kelby Richardson. But moving up on the play and tagging is Nick Schiffner. The reason Schiffner was able to move up is Richardson, in catching it, went into the bullpen area and was behind a screen. Might have had a chance to tag anyway, as it was deep, and Richardson had to catch it on the run. Schiffner up to second now on what was essentially a sac fly minus the run for Parsons. Pinch hitter in here for Jordan McClellan. Or rather, in for Hartojo. Pinch hitter is Mayo. And he chops one to third. Filling on a hop there as Hall had a tough short hop but was able to make the play and get the out. So here's Jordan McClellan now. McClellan, the best hit of the day for Colorado. A double back in the second. Nothing became of it as he was stranded right there at second base by Jackson Hewlett. Runner at second, 2 away. And that one just missed. For Lafka, it's a very similar situation to last inning, where he had 2 away and a runner at second who was walked and then moved up on a ground ball to third. He would like it to end the way the last inning did too, with a strikeout. 1-0 count on McClellan. And there's a strike. Big 6'7" righty looks the runner back, now brings it home. Dropped the arm angle a little bit there and missed low with it, 2-1. Bottom of 6, Collegians up 11-0. A 2-1. Line to left. And therefore it is Nick Arrivo, as it was right at him, and the inning is over. So Lafka works out of a bit of a situation once again with 2 away, and it remains a scoreless effort for the Rough Riders thus far. Collegians lead at 11-0 as we head to the 7th. Kostecka back to work on the mound for the Rough Riders as we begin the 7th inning of play. Nick Hall, the leadoff man, as the Collegians batted through the order back in the 6th. 1-0 pitch to Hall is downstairs. Hall started that inning off with a strikeout. Other than that, he's struck out one other time and has been walked and hit by a pitch. For Tawari, he only faced the last 2 batters of the inning. He allowed an infield hit and an RBI to Jimmy Hollinger. This one back to the screen. 3-0 on Nick Hall. He allowed that infield hit to Hollinger, who was pinch hitting, and then got a ground ball from Turner Davis to end the inning. So no runs credited against him in that inning, as he came in with the bases loaded. 3-0 delivery, and there's a strike. One offering is in the dirt, and Hall has another free pass. So Hall's reached base 3 times without having to hit the ball, twice walking on a base on balls, once on a hit by pitch. So here's Nick Arrivo. He got the offense started in the 6th with a walk, would steal second base, and then later come around to score. Arrivo, 2 for 3 today, and has drawn that walk. First pitch misses outside to him. Had that RBI triple back in the 2nd inning. Or rather the 4th inning, pardon me. Had a single in the 2nd and stole second base and came around to score. High and outside to Nick. 2-0. Collegians, after they wrap up here today, will have an off day tomorrow before traveling down early on Thursday to make a game in Farmington, New Mexico. And they'll play a set of 3 games against the Farmington Frackers. That one off the helmet of Arrivo. It was on a breaking ball that he was able to duck down on. So he ducked into it to hit him on the head. Not intentionally, of course. But he seems to be all right, as it wasn't thrown all that hard on the breaking ball. So Arrivo aboard for the 4th time today. And with nobody away, runners at first and second, and Kelby Richardson at the plate. Richardson, a 3 for 4 day today. 2 singles and an infield hit. Watch one outside for ball 1. Perhaps a breakthrough game at the plate today for Kelby. We'll see how he does continuing on after this. But he was really scuffling before today, and it seems to have found it. And gets a tough call there, as a curveball that was close to being off the plate is called a strike. Kelby certainly thought it was away, but home plate umpire said it just brushed on the black. So even at 1 on Kelby Richardson. Runners at first and second, nobody out. A breaking ball. Seemed to be in about the same location as the last called strike, but called a ball. Perhaps a little bit higher. The 2-1. That's right on the black for strike 2. So Richardson down, well, even 2-2. It's the second 2-strike count he's been in. He popped out on the last one. Now watch this one in the dirt. Downing keeps it in front of him and holds the runners at their respective bases. Hall at second, Arrivo at first. They both drew passes. Nick Hall the less painful way, a base on balls. Arrivo got drilled. I don't know if drilled is the proper term, I suppose. It was a curveball that just ran in and got him. Didn't hit him all that hard. He was fine. 3-2 on Richardson. Breaking ball called strike 3. And Kelby is punched out by the home plate umpire. Watched a breaking ball, couldn't take a hack at it, and he's gone. So here's Chris Jimenez. Jimenez has been on base all 4 times. He's 1 for 2. One of those on bases was an error by the third baseman. He's also singled and walked twice, with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Chance to drive in another run here with runners at first and second and 1 away. And a breaking ball is high. Another breaking ball, this time too high. Again, and 2-0. Jimenez pretty heavily recruited coming out of high school. Out of Fontana, California. He was also recruited by Tennessee, Texas A&M, and UC Riverside, but chose to take his talents to Long Beach State. That one also missed, and it's 3-0. Had an awfully good freshman year for the Dirtbags, as he became the first Long Beach State freshman to drive in 30 runs since Troy Tulowitzki. That 3-0 is fouled back towards us, a little to our left and into the stands and out of play. But I mean, if you think about the major league talent that has come out of Long Beach State since Troy Tulowitzki, it's not a whole lot, but there's plenty of guys in the minors and even a few major leaguers like Garrett Hampson, who's back up with the Rockies, that have gone through there, and none of them, their freshman year, have equaled the same total as Chris Jimenez. Three-one pitch, and that one's low. Ball 4. So Jimenez down to first again, his third walk of the day. And now the bases are once again loaded for Logan Cowart. Cowart came up with the bases loaded, or rather Cowart would load the bases back in the fourth inning after being hit, but he did come up with the bases loaded. He would load the bases, in the sixth with his single, and we later come around to score. As he watches one high. One-0 delivery is outside. It got to the backstop but came off quickly, so Downing was able to corral it and the runners had to hang on. Hall might have had a chance of swiping home, but it would have been an awfully close play. And he didn't want to risk it with only one away. And now a 2-ball count on Logan Cowart. Two-0 pitch, swing and a miss by Cowart. He was behind a fastball. Two and one, bases loaded, one away. Cowart sends one to right center field. This one is back and it's off the wall. 1 run will score. Here comes the second run, and into third base goes the courtesy runner, Isaac Parks. It's an RBI double for Logan Cowart. His biggest hit of the season, to be sure. His hardest hit ball as well, as it got all the way out to right center and came off the wall. So Arrivo and Hall both score. And courtesy runner Parks is at third base now, with Cowart at second and still only one away. And that will end the day for Kush Tawari. Another hurler coming in here for Long Beach State, for the Rough Riders. It's David Kirby. So Kirby will get warmed up here. Kirby, another right-handed pitcher. Collegians lead this one by a wide margin, 13-0. So they've really blown it out against the Rough Riders, and you can see with the 13 runs just how good the hitting has been, but the pitching has been as good, if not better. Jackson Hewlett went 4 scoreless, and then Trent Lafka went 2 scoreless. Both guys, you saw both sides of things, where they were dominant in an inning, but also were able to work out of trouble when they needed to. Now, this is good news for the Collegians moving forward, as now they've had 2 games in a row with solid pitching, at least to begin things. A few more warm-ups coming for Kirby here. See, he loosens up ahead of facing Chris Amador, who's back on here after pinch hitting for JJ Reeves in the 6th. Still only one away in the inning. And the bases a little more clear after the Logan Cowart double. It's only second and third now with 2 runners scoring. But still 2 runners in scoring position and a chance for Chris Amador. Amador a pair more of warm-up pitches, Amador, his first time around, reached on an error by the second baseman. Drove in a run, but he was left stranded at third. So Chris a chance to hit here with the bases loaded, or rather, no longer loaded. Second and third only, and 1 away. First pitch to Amador in the dirt, blocked by Downing. A lot of work for Downing behind the plate, as he's had a number of good blocks. And with all the hitting the Collegians have done, he's been back there for quite a while already in the 7th inning. 1-0 there for a strike. Isaac parks at third, the courtesy runner on for Chris Jimenez, who walked. And then Logan Cowart at second after his RBI double. Amador watches one low and inside. Next pitch to Chris is low again, and it's 3-1. Amador has played in most of the games for the Collegians. He was the DH against Denver, then DH'd again in the first game against Fort Collins, and then played center in that second effort. And he played center field in the second game yesterday. This one popped behind the bag. An easy chance for the first baseman, and that's the second out. As Parsons was able to glove it. No, it'll be Jimmy Hollinger, or rather Hunter Hudson, ahead of Jimmy Hollinger. Hudson on the day, 1 for 3. Or rather, 1 for 3 with a walk. First offering to Hudson from Kirby is a breaking ball that missed outside. Hudson yesterday behind the plate, or rather Sunday, had excellent work behind the dish as he was able to pick off 2 runners and throw out another guy stealing. 1-0. Breaking ball right there for strike 1. That one in a dangerous location from Kirby. Fortunately, Hudson was taking. One the count to Hunter Hudson. Runners at second and third and 2 away. Gets a breaking ball that he sprays off the dirt in front of the plate foul. And Kirby works ahead 1-2. Rough Riders here today, not just a college organization. Much like game day, they have all kinds of teams from high school to Little League. Collegians a little bit in the same vein as they've got a couple of youth teams, but not like the machines that are the Rough Riders or game day. The 1-2 is in the dirt. Parks is in trouble, and he is picked off at third base. Downing got in the dirt. Parks got too far down the line, and Brock Downing made him pay as he picks him off at third base. So that will end the inning. Hudson will get another chance at it in the 8th. We'll head to the bottom half. Collegians still up 11-0. John Kaya into pitch for Boulder. Lead at 13-0. Play the bottom of the 7th inning. David Barclay is the hitter. He's come in to pinch hit for Evan Crenshaw. Rather, he came in defensively and now is getting his first at-bats. Kaya worked against Fort Collins on Saturday, chopped up the line, but it's going to get foul. Big swing and a miss, and it's a strikeout for John Kea. Gets Barclay swinging, and there's the first out. Kea looked a little bit rusty almost, it seemed, in his first game pitching against Fort Collins. The command seemed to be a little wild. We'll see how it is today. So here's Brock Downing, the catcher. Downing has struck out and drawn a walk. First offering from Kea, right there for strike one. Downing just finishing up his sophomore year down at Eastern Arizona College. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And if you're asking, well, where is Eastern Arizona College? Yeah, the middle of nowhere would probably be the best answer. It's way out there in Eastern Arizona, nowhere near Phoenix or Tucson. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Downing strikes out as well. So back-to-back strikeouts for Kea to begin the seventh. He looks much sharper here today. Kea, one of the two returning men for Boulder this year, along with Joe Milano. This one dips too low against the new batter. Another pinch hitter. Let's have a look at who it is. Josh Hainsley, the outfielder, is the new guy. Swing and a miss from Hainsley. And it's even at 1-1. Hainsley, who plays the outfield, filling in at DH here. 1-1. One nearly got a piece of his knee, but he was able to hop out of the way. Collegians up 13-0 in the seventh, looking for their second straight win. Strike two from Kea, and he evens it up at 2. Two on Josh Hainsley. 2 away here in the bottom of the seventh. Kea sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Buenos dias, buenos tardes, buenos noches. 1, 2, 3. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Kea. And, well, they've decided they're only going to play 7 here today, it looks like. So the Collegians win it 13-0. It was originally slated as a 9-inning game, but with the score, the Collegians and Rough Riders decided, hey, let's only play 7 today. We saw what we needed out of our guys. Let's call it. So the Collegians win it 13-0 here in 7 innings as they defeat the Rough Riders. Look back on the pitching performances on the hill. What a day it was for Collegians pitching. They get their first shutout of the year here in this 7-inning ball game. Jackson Hewlett goes 4 innings to start things, 6 strikeouts, 0 earned runs, and only allowed 1 hit. Then Trent Lafka comes in for 2 innings. He gets 3 strikeouts. He only got 2 strikeouts, but either way, he didn't allow a run. So terrific work from Trent. And then John Kea strikes out the side here in the 7th, and the Collegians take home the victory. Real quick look at the offense for the Collegians. There's a whole lot to talk about with 13 runs, but of note, looking down the lineup here, what a day for Chris Jimenez. He reached base 5 different times, once on an error, 3 times on a walk, and once on a single in his first game as a Collegian. He's probably the biggest guy of note there offensively, though everyone had a pretty good game, especially Logan Cowart. How about the day for Cowart, who reached base 4 times, had a single and a 2 RBI double. So that'll just about do it for us here. After 7 innings, the Collegians win it 13-0. So we will talk to you, I suppose, next time in Farmington, as the Collegians have games there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All 3 of those games going to come at you however you choose to watch: YouTube, Facebook Live, Periscope, or Twitch. So we'll have those all for you. Obviously, you probably don't want to make the drive down to Farmington. We'll do it for you and broadcast all 3 of those games live. That'll just about do it for us today. Collegians win it 13-0. A big thanks to our producer engineer, Mitch Sanchez. He's killing it for us. I know the broadcast was a little choppy, but he did everything he could to get you the looks that you did get. So we certainly appreciate him. And then a big shout out to our guy Jack doing the camera work for us today up there on the roof, getting you that nice angle. Collegians win at 13-0 for everyone here with the Boulder Collegians. I'm Ethan Jordan saying so long from Wheat Ridge. Good night.